welcome to the deep dive. Today, we are jumping into something pretty massive for Helldivers 2.
Oh, yeah. A big shakeup on the horizon.
Definitely. We're talking about an update that looks like it's going to really redefine how we, manage democracy.
It's not just adding a few bits and pieces, is it?
No, not at all. This feels fundamental. We're looking at the Into the Unjust update. It drops September 2nd.
Right.
And then literally 2 days later, September 4th, bam, the Dust Devils Premium Warbond lands.
It's quite the 1-2 punch. And the timing is interesting too, isn't it?
How so?
Well, Helldivers 2 just landed on Xbox after, a year and a half of being a PlayStation 5 thing?
Right, yeah, the exclusivity ended.
Exactly. And they launched that with the Halo ODST Warbond, which was huge news.
Okay, I see where you're going.
So you've got all these new players, maybe just finding their feet, learning the ropes, and now, boom! A massive update that changes core mechanics and introduces some seriously scary stuff. Talk about trial by fire.
Yeah, no kidding. It really sets a new baseline, like you said. So our mission today, folks, is to unpack all of this.
Yeah.
We've got the details from a pretty comprehensive article, and we're going to break down what Into the Unjust and Dust Devils actually mean for you, the player.
What's changing, what's new, what gear you'll need.
Exactly. The game-changing features, the, frankly, terrifying new enemies, and the gear that might just save your skin.
It's all about adaptation, isn't it? Pushing players, keeping things fresh. That's the live service model working.
Totally. So let's dive into the Unjust first, September 2nd. The article mentions going deep into the caves on these hive worlds.
Hive worlds, yeah. Often covered in something called gloom.
Right, gloom. That sounds atmospheric.
Yeah.
And claustrophobic, probably. Very different from the usual open battlefields.
Definitely. But the really big thing they mentioned for these hive worlds, this is the kicker, is that your super destroyer might not have full support.
Oh. What does that mean exactly?
It means, and I quote, you will not have access to certain Helldivers 2 stratagems.
Whoa. Okay. That's huge.
It's massive. Think about how much we rely on calling things in. Orbital strikes, air support, maybe even resupplies.
Your Eagle runs, the 500-kilogram bomb, if those are off the table, or even just some of them.
Your whole strategy has to change. The article says it'll be your team alone against the horror. That paints a picture, doesn't it?
It really does. A much more ground-level fight. Intense squad dependency.
Precisely. So which stratagems do we think get hit the hardest? Probably the big orbital stuff, right? The 380mm, 120mm barrages.
Maybe the 500-kilogram, like I said. Eagle strikes, too. Cluster bombs, rocket pods.
Could be. Even things like reinforce could potentially be affected or take longer. It forces you to lean heavily on what you carry and what you can deploy yourself.
It's like sentries, shield generators.
Exactly. Your mortar sentry, Gatling sentry, maybe the shield generator relay becomes absolutely crucial for holding positions. It's about sustainability without constant orbital backup.
Okay, so our options shrink from above, but the threat on the ground is growing.
Seems like it. The source talks about new enemy behaviors. Bile spewers and chargers, our old friends. They apparently will now burrow underground and begin moving toward prey when they spot you.
Burrow, like tunnel towards you.
Yeah, that's a whole new level of nasty. You can't just track them from afar anymore.
Right, they could pop up anywhere. Behind you, inside your defensive perimeter.
Exactly. Flanking becomes way easier for them, holding a static line. Much harder, especially in caves. You need constant 360 awareness.
Yikes. Okay, I can already imagine the chaos. But wait, there's more, isn't there? Something called the Dragon Roach.
Ah, yes. The Dragon Roach. Described as a menace in the sky that dives unsuspecting Helldivers and rains down burning bile.
Burning bile. Like a flying bile titan. The source even called it that. A big flying bile titan.
Pretty much. We've dealt with Shriekers, sure, but they're mostly annoying, fragile. This sounds different.
How so? Bigger, tougher.
Seems like it implies heavy armor, high health. Something that doesn't just swoop and die. And raining down burning bile, that sounds like area denial from the sky.
Forcing you out of cover, making large areas unusable.
More like a bomber than a fighter. And if your big anti-air stratagems from the destroyer are limited...
Then how do you deal with it? Suddenly support weapons become critical.
Absolutely critical. Are we looking at a comeback for the Quasar Cannon, unlimited ammo, armor piercing? Seems useful.
Or maybe the anti-material rifle, if it has weak spots you can hit precisely.
Could be. You need something reliable, ground-based, that can handle a tough aerial target when you can't just call down a 500-kilogram.
So, okay, burrowing enemies flanking us, giant bile-spewing dragons overhead, and less help from orbit. What does this mean for our loadouts? We need to get really specific, don't we?
Oh, absolutely. Specialization becomes key. You can't afford to have too much overlap or redundancy if your stratagem slots are precious or some are unusable.
Right. Anti-armor feels even more important now for the burrowing chargers and definitely for this Dragon Roach.
Definitely. Do you double up on autocannons? Bring a recoilless rifle team? Does everyone just run Quasar? How do you balance that with needing to clear swarms?
Yeah, crowd control too.
Yeah.
Especially if things are burrowing up close.
Maybe incendiary stuff? Grenade launchers? Flamethrowers? Anything to manage the horde when you can't just carpet bomb them. It's less about just bringing the biggest boom, more about tactical fit.
Thinking ahead. Planning for when things go wrong and you can't call for help?
That's the core of it. But it's not all doom and gloom or, well, actual gloom in this case.
Hey, right. There's new gear coming too. The Dust Devils Premium War Bond, September 4th.
Yes, and the timing feels deliberate. New threats arrive, then new tools to fight them.
So what's in the box? The headline item seems to be the AR-2 Coyote, a new assault rifle.
Yep. And the key feature, incendiary ammo.
Fire. Good against bugs.
Very good against bugs, especially swarming bugs in tight corridors. It offers sustained damage, area denial. Could be a really solid primary if you're, say, saving your support weapon slot for heavy anti-tank.
Makes sense. Pull in double duty. What else? Grenades?
A new grenade, yeah. A G7 Pineapple. It's a cluster frag grenade.
Ooh, cluster frag. So it splits into smaller explosions?
Sounds like it. Great for clearing groups. Imagine those burrowers popping up in a cluster.
Yeah, drop one of those right in the middle. Instant solution.
Exactly. More versatile than a standard frag. Potentially better for dealing with multiple spread out targets or enemies emerging together. Again, really useful if your big explosive stratagems are offline.
Okay, so fire-breathing rifle and a cluster grenade. What about stratagems? The Warbond has new ones, right?
3 new stratagems, yep. +2 armor sets, capes, the usual cosmetics.
The stratagems are the interesting part, though, given the restrictions we were just talking about. Any clues what they might be?
No specifics in the source, but we can speculate, right? Given the challenges. Limited support, burrowers, the Dragon Roach.
What would make sense? Maybe some kind of deployable anti-air, like a turret specifically for flying stuff.
That would be huge against the Dragon Roach. Or maybe a better defensive barrier, something tougher to stop burrowers breaking through.
Or a new support weapon that doesn't come from orbit.
Possibly. Or maybe something like upgraded mines. Or a localized deterrent field. Anything that gives you power on the ground without needing the destroyer is going to be valuable.
Gotcha. And the armor sets, they usually have perks. What kind of passive abilities would help here?
In the Gloom Caves, maybe better mobility on rough ground, resistance to environmental stuff like bile.
Explosive resistance would be good. Against the Dragon Roach bile, maybe even those cluster grenades.
Definitely. Or maybe perks that boost self-sufficiency, like faster stim use or carrying extra grenades. Things that help when resupply might be harder or less frequent.
Right. These passives become less of a nice-to-have and more central to your build.
Totally. It shapes your role.
So, bottom line, whether you're a veteran or a brand new Xbox player, things are about to get significantly tougher.
More demanding. It's escalating the challenge, forcing you to think smarter, coordinate better.
It's not just bigger bugs, it's smarter gameplay required. Adapt or, well...
Get squashed. Exactly. It's a test of ingenuity, not just firepower. Makes the whole experience deeper.
Okay, let's quickly recap the essentials then. Into the Unjust means deep dives into hive worlds, potentially limited super destroyer support restricting stratagems.
Force in a big strategic shift. Plus, you've got burrowing chargers and bile spewers creating unpredictable threats from below.
And the massive Dragon Roach, that big flying bile titan raining down burning bile from above. A whole new aerial challenge.
Right. And then the Dust Devils Warbond arrives September 4th to help us cope, bringing the AR-2 Coyote with incendiary rounds.
The G7 Pineapple Cluster Frag Grenade for group clearing.
Plus, new stratagems we hope will offer vital ground support, and new armor sets likely tailored for these harsh new conditions.
It's all about raising the bar, pushing players towards more tactical, cooperative play. A deeper, tougher experience.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Which brings us to our final thought for you to chew on. With Super Destroyer support potentially limited in these hive worlds, and a monstrous Dragon Roach dominating the skies, what entirely new tactics do you think will become essential for survival? And how might this push the boundaries of team cooperation in Helldivers 2?
Yeah. Lots to think about there. Communication and role specialization are going to be more critical than ever.
Definitely something to ponder while you wait for the drop. That's it for this deep dive. Stay safe out there, Helldivers.
Better fight hard.
For Super Earth.